from your breaking news and weather authority. This is 13 Wham News at 11 in high definition.
12 hours after it started, our March blizzard is winding down. Calmer weather is almost here. We're going to know soon, when the snow gets measured at midnight, how this storm ranks among Rochester's biggest ever. I'm Doug Emblidge, in for Don tonight.
And I'm Ginny Ryan. This could end up being in the top 5 in terms of snowfall in a single day. Chief Meteorologist Glenn Johnson here now to tell us what's happening now and what's next.
Yeah, Ginny, I think a lot of folks are tired of shoveling. You may have been outside 2 or 3 times trying to keep up with this particular storm system. Let me show you where the center of low pressure is now located, and we see it just to the east of Albany. It's beginning to move out, and as it goes in that direction, of course, it's taking a lot of the steady snow with it. Now, what we're left with at this point is lake effect snow. Now, the radar is not going to pick it all up. We know we're getting some snow still through the Monroe County area, but it will dwindle as we go through time here. Take a look at some of these snowfall totals. Pretty amazing when you see Victor at 17 inches, Webster at 18 inches, and even a report of 20 inches up in Greece. A lot of blowing and drifting. It's hard to measure this kind of snowfall if you're going to get out on a night like tonight, but you know, the snow is certainly tapering off as we speak. Visibility slowly improving. We think in terms of new snowfall through the overnight over the next couple of hours, another 2 to 4 inches of accumulation is going to be likely, and that's going to bring snowfall totals anywhere from 16 inches to about 24 inches. Here's a look at your weather for tomorrow, starting out at just 8 degrees. Some lake flurries, but there's going to be little or no additional accumulation. Now, keep in mind, with the bitter cold, there's still going to be some blowing and drifting snow. Temperature by midday only near 10 degrees, but let's see if we can get a little bit of sunshine going through the afternoon. Temperatures are going to be in the mid-teens. We're going to tell you more about your weekend that's coming up.
Thank you, Glenn. We have several school closings and delays for tomorrow. Just a quick list of the schools that have already closed: Honeywell Falls, Mount Morris, Keshequa, Lyons, and Palmac. They've all closed for tomorrow. We have a complete list for you on 13wham.com. Monroe County remains under a state of emergency until 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. The county executive saying they'll reevaluate at that time. Livingston County lifting its travel restrictions at midnight. The sheriff there says there were no injuries in any of the car accidents they saw today. Ontario and Wayne counties are no longer under travel advisories tonight. Almost all the flights into and out of the Rochester airport this afternoon and tonight were canceled, and we just checked already. Some of the early departures for tomorrow are already canceled.
Our crews have been out all night. We begin our team coverage of this March storm, beginning with 13 Wham's Kelsey Smith in Rochester. She's been looking into the storm's impact for us. Kelsey?
Well, Ginny, you can see the snow is tapered off just within the last hour. Still no unnecessary travel in Rochester. You can see, though, roads pretty snow covered. I don't know if you just saw those snow plows that went by on Broad Street here downtown. People having a difficult time getting around throughout tonight. 490 is usually bumper-to-bumper traffic at rush hour. Wednesday evening, that was not the case.
Well, you know, this morning I was actually making fun of the big warning.
But Scott Aswell says he had a change of heart as the day went on.
About the time I crossed the street up there, the wind hit me and someone had to pick me up off the street. I began to become a believer. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty good storm.
I came to work and it wasn't snowing, and now I'm walking through about 1.5 feet of snow.
The cold and snow kept people away from the Blue Cross Arena. The Amerks had to postpone their game. We're just about at the halfway point of the storm. It's around 6:30, and we're at 12 Corners in Brighton, a time of day where you normally see a lot more traffic. Snowplow going by, continuing to pick up the snow that doesn't want to stop falling. Fast forward just over an hour. At 12 Corners in Brighton, snow was falling faster and was heavy and wet.
It's gotten pretty miserable, you know. It's terrible out.
The snow also intensified outside the Blue Cross Arena later in the evening, with the blizzard showing no signs of weakening into the night. Again, snow still coming down out here, although it isn't as heavy as it was earlier. And if you are going to head out, take your time. But if you don't have to, I'd stay indoors through the rest of the night. Live in Rochester, Kelsey Smith, 13 Wham News.
All right, good advice. Thank you, Kelsey. RIT moved 1,500 students to a field house tonight for shelter after a campus power outage. Affected buildings are the Commons, River Knolls Apartments, and Greek Housing. The power went out about 8 o'clock. RIT is investigating the cause. Meantime, power has been restored to about 4,000 RG&E customers who were forced to go without this afternoon.
With the snow falling at times of a rate of about an inch or more per hour, keeping up was a real challenge today. 13 WHAM's Rachel Glazer went out to see how people and their plows were keeping pace. Rachel?
Doug, it's an endless job, but not to worry. I will wait for you to dig out my car because the snow is still falling. It's been coming down for about 18 hours now, and it's coming down at a rate that is impossible for people to keep up with. They've really been fighting a losing battle today. Johnny Dixon makes the roads safer for drivers, but in this weather, that means putting himself in danger.
You just can't see. You just have to stop. I mean, and if you stop, you don't know what's coming because you can't see.
Working non-stop, Dixon plowed hundreds of side streets and driveways. Still, he's nowhere near done.
It's one of my drivers. Hey, Javier.
The calls for plow service come in as quickly as the snow piles up.
Okay, so when you come out of there, make a left.
As soon as one driveway is clear, it's buried again.
You can plow a house, and within less than 5 or 10 minutes, if you go back, it's another 2 or 3 inches of snow.
Dumping down from the sky and drifting from side to side, people can't keep up with the storm.
Somebody was running a little slow there.
Trying to get a jump start on cleanup, Mike Young ran into some trouble. With a layer of sleet at the bottom, this snow is heavy, almost too much for some snowblowers to handle.
So we got a little bit of a break now from the heavy stuff, so.
This is a break?
Well, I guess so, more or less.
Until the storm really lets up, snowplowers won't be getting a break.
Yeah, if you get in the truck for 30 minutes, yeah, it's easy. But when you're out there for 36 hours straight, it's tough.
Dixon says he will plow and plow again, circling his route, waiting for the snow to stop. With all of this snow, snowplow drivers say it'll be difficult for them to keep up. Main streets will be done first, then side streets, but it could take them a few days before they get to those. Reporting live in Henrietta, Rachel Glazer, 13 WHAM News.
All right, thank you, Rachel. The snow and the high winds created low visibility, and that led to several car crashes in our area. Among them, this one in Batavia, where a car crashed into an SUV about 1 this afternoon on Lewiston Road. A passenger in the SUV was taken to the hospital, but is expected to recover. And it's been a really busy day for auto repair shops and tow truck drivers. Employees at Dan's Tire and Automotive in Batavia say they got early wake-up calls for help from deputies and AAA. Problems began, they say, with the sleet underneath that snowfall, and the calls for help went on throughout the day.
It's the snow that you can shovel or brush or plow. Chances are at some point, maybe tonight or tomorrow, you will have to move some snow. 13 WHAM's Cody Combs has not only says there's one man who not only clears his own path, but clears the way for others, too. Cody?
Yeah, that's right, Doug. You know, I've been speaking with folks, both young and old, trying to make a path for themselves, trying to get out of their driveways, so to speak. And I spoke with one gentleman. He's almost 80 years old, close to turning 80. He plows, snowblows, if you will, about 4 driveways in total, both he and his neighbor's driveway and 2 of his friends in Irondequoit. And today I caught up with him. He's out and about. Now, he's lived in this area for about 50 years, and he has a good memory of winters over the years. Told me as far as amounts of snow go, falling in 24 hours, this is one of the stronger snows he can remember. Now, he anticipates getting out bright and early tomorrow, getting back out and blowing some of these driveways again. He says the texture of this snow can present some challenges.
And this is a little, the plow put it in here pretty heavy, so I have to gear it down a little bit, but no, that's fine. I'll do it. I did it once earlier today, about 1:30. I'll do it tonight, now it'll be this way. I'll do it in the morning.
Ready for spring?
Yes, yeah, definitely. Yesterday, I'm ready for yesterday. That was great.
Now, he said he really doesn't mind doing all this. He kind of enjoys it, actually, but what he really likes is mowing yards. There's about 3 yards that he mows regularly during the spring. He says he can't wait to start doing that. He has to wait, of course, until all this snow starts to melt. Live in Henrietta, Cody Combs, 13 WHAM News.
The popular guy in the neighborhood. All right, thank you, Cody. We, of course, will continue to track this storm into the morning. Tune into 13 WHAM News this morning, starting at 4:30 a.m., and we will have, of course, the latest weather information on 13WHAM.com and on our apps for iPhone and Android.